Okay, in this video, I'm going to derive the tangent plane to an explicitly defined surface in the form z equals f of xy at a point p naught with x and y coordinates a, b. But this time, I'm going to do it in a different way and that it may seem more natural because the previous two videos, we first derived the equation of the tangent plane for an implicitly defined function, and we use that to derive the equation of the tangent line for an explicitly defined function. And this time, I'm going to do something that might be more on your mind from what you've been learning in our course. So here we have a surface, z equals f of xy, and we're interested in finding the tangent plane at p naught. You may have thought, well, if we're using the gradient, then why can't we just take a cross product of the partial derivatives? And the reason we can't is because recall that the partial derivative of f with respect to x gives us the slope of a tangent line or tangent vector in the direction of x. It's a slope. It doesn't give us a vector. Same thing with partial derivative of f with respect to y, right? This is in the x direction, and df dy is the slope of the tangent line in the y direction, not a vector. It would be really great if, imagine that this is a vector whose slope is df dx, and this is a vector over here whose slope is df dy. Well, if we have those vectors, then for sure it should be that their cross product would give us the normal that we need to write the equation of the plane. And that's how we're going to find it. Why should that be? Well, if these are slopes of tangent lines, then both lines, if they exist, right, there exists a tangent plane, and both of those lines should be on the tangent plane, the lines that are determined by those particular slopes. So we need to find the vectors that are determined by these slopes. Okay, let's take a look at our plane. Let me draw a little plane here. Just the xz plane. Here's x, here's z. I don't know. We have when we intersect our surface with the xz plane, we're going to get some kind of curve. Maybe the curve looks like that. And at p naught, we would like the tangent vector. Maybe it looks like that. I don't know, that looks very horizontal. I didn't want it to make it horizontal, but let me just change it a little. I'll change the location of the point so it doesn't look like a flat tangent line. Maybe over here. Oh, actually maybe over here. Here we go. There we go. We would like that vector, right? That is determined by, its slope is going to be the partial derivative of z with respect to x, or of f with respect to x. So y is held constant. If we think about this vector, let's suppose that, so we'll write vector determined by df dx. If here's a little x, and I move 1 unit to the right, and we're not moving at all, we're not moving y at all because y is fixed, then the distance that we move on the tangent line, or the tangent line should be df dx. That's the meaning of slope of a line, right? If I move 1 unit to the right, then the distance that I move up is going to be df dx. That's the meaning of slope. The slope of that tangent line is df dx over 1. So we now have a vector that's determined by df dx. We can do the same thing on the yz plane, And so the vector that will be determined by df dy will be, okay, x is not going to change. If I move y over 1 unit, then we'll move up on on the tangent line by a quantity of df dy, because the slope of the tangent line is df dy. Let's call our first vector, I don't know, u, and our second vector v. And so our normal to the plane, n, is going to be the cross product of these two vectors, u cross v. Now we can find that red, actually I should have made this red, and we can find that normal vector. Once we have the normal and we have a point, we can find the equation of our tangent plane. So here we go. Let's find our cross product, u cross v, and I'm just going to create our determinant, order 3 determinant, put in our two vectors, 1, 0, df dx, and 0, 1, df dy, and that's going to give us I times negative df dx minus j times df dy plus k times 1. And so our normal vector to the tangent plane has coordinates negative df dx, negative df dy, and 1. Okay, we know that a vector on our plane will be x minus a, y minus b, z minus f of ab. Because our initial point P naught, it has coordinates a, b, f of ab, and any other point on the plane has coordinates x, y, z, so there is P naught. We have our normal, so let's find our equation for the tangent plane. All right, we will have the first component of the normal, delta f delta x at AB, times x minus a, minus df dy at AB times y minus b, plus 1 times z minus f of AB. And that dot product is equal to 0. So let's solve for z so that we have our tangent plane also written explicitly as we do with the original function. And so we'll have on the left side z minus f of AB, and I'm going to move the other terms to the right. That's going to be partial derivative of f with respect to x at AB times x minus a, plus partial derivative of f with respect to x, y at AB times y minus b. And finally, solving for z, and I'll just clean this up a little bit. I'm going to move f of AB to the other side. So we have f of AB plus partial derivative with respect to x evaluated at AB times x minus a, plus partial derivative with respect to y evaluated at AB times y minus b. And there is the equation for our tangent plane. And one note here, we also call this equation the linearization of f at point P, because it is the best approximation to our surface at a point. So that's usually called the linearization. In single variable calculus, the linearization is the equation of a tangent line. In multivariable calculus, when we're dealing with space, linearization is a tangent plane.